So what happens is, you see it. Ah, so many a times what happens is, the water is contaminated with several other things, including several metal components. So whatever metal component is dissolved in water, you cannot able to see it. Many a times you cannot able to taste or smell. So if you do the oxidation, what will happen? Whatever was dissolved, it will get precipitated. Okay, very simply it could be like this. So it could be like this. Okay, so as I'll do it for you. No. Yeah, for example, this is the water. Okay, with some kind of salt contaminant. Okay, so after atmospheric oxygen, atmospheric oxygen, it will get converted into something precipitate. Okay, so small precipitates are there. Then you simply filter it. The same thing is done in municipal wastewater treatment. So it is metal contaminant dissolved. Okay, metal contaminant is dissolved. Now once the oxidation takes place, this becomes precipitate. The contamination undergoes precipitations. Okay, eventually if you filter it, so there is a possibility that you end up with good water, potable water. Okay, so it is your potable water. Just hold on. Okay, so this becomes, so this is a very useful strategy. Okay, and the rest of the addition of hypochlorite is done for what? This is done for bacteria and viruses and all other things. That means biotic. Whatever the biotic component or contaminant, all will eradicate. Contaminant, they will be eradicated by means of addition of hypochlorite. This is how exactly a typical municipal water treatment takes place. Okay, you have large ponds and tanks, and then a sprinkler, then a couple of buckets of hypochlorite, and you do your municipal water treatment. Okay, no hi-fi filtration, nothing. So this can be done, but this microalgae, what it does is, it does the whole thing, but in a very molecular detail. That means what happens is, if you do a spectrophotometry here, you can still able to have some contaminant. Okay, in parts per million, very lack, very minimum for ppm level contaminant. Okay, so therefore it is advised that if you get the municipal water, you do a little domestic treatment as well. If you can use these things, this is very good. For example, at your home, you should have at least a RO process. Okay, so if you have reverse osmosis with you, we call it reverse osmosis. If you have reverse osmosis at your house without a UV also, it is great. and it cost you something approximately 10,000 rupees to install one reverse osmosis plant in your house for domestic purpose. So many companies are there who sells it, Eureka Forbes and so on. So what they'll do, just hold on. So what they'll do, they'll remove the ppm level contaminant, okay, because the simple if it is there in your municipal water, some contaminant which are very dangerous, this could be, for example, some carcinogenic material may be there in the water, okay, or some amount of heavy metal, for example arsenic do not settle down so much, because arsenic is less prone to oxidation, okay. So what happens is it will have long term complication with you. Then fluoride is also one more thing which is very less prone to, okay, just hold on. So I'll write them down. What are the ppm level contaminants? The ppm level contaminants are mainly these contaminants, okay. ppm level contaminants mainly arsenic, then antimony, then lead, okay, these and okay, these are the things which are less prone to oxidative precipitation, okay. So what happens is, if these are there, it will be okay. Fluoride complexes, fluoride salts, these all are less prone to oxidative precipitation and therefore can be a cause of concern. So it is advisable that you put your reverse osmosis plant at your house and then treat it and then drink, okay. Many a times these RO systems comes with an inbuilt UV, okay. This UV is also good. If it is there, you use it, no problem. So UV, it will remove the biotic contaminant which is usually not present if the delivery system, that is the mechanism that delivers the water to you, is not faulty. For example, you have domestic municipal lines which provides the water and these are faulty, that means it is contaminated with sewage, okay. Many a times we have seen that this is a case in northern India, that this is the sewage, okay. Some sewage is there, for example like this, okay, and in the just down to that there is a domestic or municipal water pipe. So many a times what happens, this sewage may contaminate this municipal sewage, municipal line, and it can eventually lead to, for example, this is the sewage, okay, and it can contaminate your water which is present in the municipal line. Many a times, not always, many a times this has been the nuisance, okay. Municipal line for domestic supply. Okay, so many a times this can happen. If it is there, you must have to install one RO system, RO and UV both. If this thing is there, then UV is must. If this is not present, you are assured. Now these days what is happening is, once upon a time when we were kids like you, I am talking about approximately like 15-20 years back, that period of time, this kind of pipes were being